The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest. Is a hot dog a sandwich? That's a really good question.
Like, you would know everything about the dark web, even.
Oh.
And everything that goes on there.
I don't want to know that.
Yeah. How would you survive in Antarctica?
I wouldn't. So any versions of me that are over there, there's no one there now.
Mine's going in for at least a second. 1 second surely will do nothing.
Would you get in the microwave for 1 second?
Hey girl, hey.
Hello. How are we all today? I hope we're all doing amazingly.
Better than us.
It's episode 13 today. And also I just had my hair cut, so I don't mind the fact that I have straight hair. Because this is the first episode with straight hair.
Yeah, that is true.
And it won't happen very often.
Yeah, this is a privilege.
I don't ever have my hair straight anymore because it's way too much effort.
Yeah, you got very curly hair to have straight hair.
Yeah. It's a lot of upkeep. But how has your week been?
My weekend was great. Went to see my sister. Love her. Went on our first night out together. It was very eventful. Told you bits about it in the car, but oh my god, Lincoln night out. The men, ugh. And they're all old.
Yeah,
all older men.
Imagine.
Why is there older men in pop world?
Ugh.
Get out. Get out. Oh my god, I didn't tell you. So basically, we went for an Indian. Ooh. Right, it was really, really nice.
What did you get?
I just got a butter chicken because it was all looking a bit techy, and I was like, I'm gonna just get something I like. And then me and my sister got some like things to share. And it was in this place called Mowgli, and we were sat on the swinging seats.
Yes, I saw those. They look so cool.
They are cool. It's actually a really nice place to eat. So if you're in Lincoln, go Mowgli. It's very nice. Not the takeaway version. The restaurant one is really nice. Anyway, very photogenic as well. If you want to get some photos, go in there. And we ate, and the first place we went into was a place called Walkabout, which was that photo booth place that I showed you. We were in there for half an hour, dancing. All of a sudden, man on floor. I have never seen so much blood come out of some man's face. It turns out he got a big guy, very big guy. He got punched in the face, and he was wearing glasses, and it cut the top of his nose here. I think he had a gash on his cheek as well. But he was knocked out for a good 5-10 minutes, and he was a big guy, so whoever fucking punched him.
Oh my god!
Do you want to punch me as well? Oh, it's staying on the floor.
That's it, it's gone.
The hook's gone. It's taken a hook with it.
You've enjoyed that while it lasted. It's gone now, sorry.
Gone now. But yeah, no, this guy was just like pools of blood. I've never seen it before. When he got up, blood literally covering his face. It was disgusting. Anyway, he got up, started dancing. It was fine. Just like that never happened. My sister thought he died.
Oh.
Because he just was not moving and was not getting up.
Yikes.
So
it took it like a champ.
He did. So yeah, that was eventful.
Yeah.
And then went into Pop World and weird men. There was one man that like in his 50s, and if you've been to Pop World, you know that these foam things that light up that you can get. They whacked him on the head with it, and I was like, I just looked at him like, and then he did it again about 10 minutes later. So I did the reasonable
why
thing.
He was hitting you on the head.
Oh, I don't know, but I did the reasonable thing and decided to put a wet floor sign between us.
That is such an iconic thing to do.
I just turned around, plopped it there, turned back around. My sister was crying with laughter, but it was quite funny. And then I moved it because I was like, I'm gonna fucking stack. Like, I'm just gonna fall over on that. And then he hit me again, and so I just moved away. I was like, whatever, literally go away. You're like
so
50, leave me alone. There was another guy who I was telling you about in the car. They were on a stag do, but this guy was not drinking. I could tell you that for a fact, because the Pop World in Lincoln, basically, they have like a light up floor and it changes colour. Oh, he was just like this.
Oh.
At the floor, pointing at it, staring at it.
Oh.
And then there was one point he was just staring at Tanya's friend. Just, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? There's one point I went like this in front of his face. Like, what are you doing? Like, hello? Where's your brain right now? Because it's not here. It's not in this room with us. And then he... Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. Although there was this gay guy who don't know where he came from. I don't think any of us spoke. Like, we never said a word, but we all danced in a little circle.
How cute.
Never spoke. The
But picture you sent me of that toilet was that like little video. That's grim.
Yeah, so I went into one of the toilets. There was a pair of Night Pro shorts on the floor, and then a bloody tampon next to a tampon applicator, also on the floor. That got cleaned up by the second time I was in there, though, so it's right. But still, yeah.
Whoever's job that was, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's really not great.
Because that is not it.
Yeah. Also, if you go to Pop World in Lincoln, your shoes are going to turn disgusting. The whole floor is basically wet. Why am I walking around outside on the street and my shoes are still sticking to the floor?
That's grim.
Not happy about it.
That is so grim.
Yeah. No. Anyway, how was your weekend?
I don't even know what I've done this weekend.
You literally went to a concert.
I did last night, yes. I did. I was trying to think what I did Saturday. Nothing, probably.
Oh, I also got my ear pierced.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It turns out that's not a conch. It's your rook.
You kept telling me it was a rook.
Oh. Well, when I said it to my sister, I was like, oh, I want my conch, and then realised that's like the one in here. And she marked it. I was like, that's actually not the one I want. It was a big fat lie. It was a rook.
No, you told me it was a rook.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't at that point.
No, you just messed up the words.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't remember what I did Saturday. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. Literally no clue. It's gone out of my brain. Sunday though, so last night I was at a Chase Atlantic concert, which was sick, and it was at the O2, and I am with O2, so I've got O2 priority, right?
Yeah.
Now we got there probably about like 4:30. We got to this place. We then went to Nando's and had a Nando's, and the queue was horrendous. Yeah. No, we're standing.
That Nando's is so awkward as well. The one at the O2.
Yeah. It was pretty awkward. I realised that I've not been to the O2 in years, like genuinely years. I don't think I've ever been. Probably not since I was like 14. So I was like, no, I don't think I've ever been here before. But anyway, the queue was massive. It was out the door and down the fucking street. Like, it was crazy. And me and Brie looked at him and we were like, that's dread. And then there was the O2 priority bit. And I was like, I wonder if we can get in there. Like, I didn't buy my tickets through O2 priority, so I don't know. So we went up to like one of these help desks and they just gave us a wristband.
Yeah.
So then we went in and we were in this lounge. Now, I've never been in a lounge before, it was pretty cool.
Did they have like a little band on in there?
No, they didn't. It was just
really?
the bar.
Oh.
But we were in that lounge at 6:20. It was supposed to start at 7. Right. So we've gone in there. There's no queue to get into the arena at all. We literally got there and I was like, no queue to get into this place because we got wristbands at the help desk. No queue to get anywhere. There was not even a bag search.
Oh, really?
We literally just went through these detectors, and if it detected you, then they would search it, but if not...
Oh, that's interesting. They normally do.
No, nothing. That. And then we literally walked through the lounge, and went through this little like back bit straight into the stadium, like straight in. And there was barely anyone in there. There was like, obviously the like round first bit, there's like quite a few people, but we just went round the side and we were not that far away, like at all, considering how late we got there and how much queuing we didn't do.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like a cheat code. I want to come to the O2 for every concert now. What the hell, when I can just get in like this?
Yeah.
And then the concert didn't start until 8:15.
Oh.
Yeah, 8:15. Because then it got to 8:15 and me and Brie were like, okay, well, surely they're coming off soon. So like, when our Chase Atlantic actually coming on, because they had obviously their opening act, Xavier Maine.
Oh, how was that?
Okay. Never heard of them before. All of the songs sounded the same.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there was nothing really excited about that.
Slay.
But yeah, Chase Atlantic ended up coming on just before 9, and then it ended like just before 11. So they were on for like a couple hours.
I thought you said it started at 7.
Yeah, it was supposed to. It was supposed to. Yeah.
What happened then?
I don't know. We were stood there for ages. I was like, why are we just standing around? Like, this is actually so long. I was like, I kind of wish I got a fucking seat ticket. Like, why am I stood here in the crowd? I can't fucking see anything anyway. Like, but it was fine. We had fun. Brie actually did know more of the songs than I did.
Nice.
Which I'm not surprised about. But it was really good. It was really, really good. We had a really good time. Getting home sucked, as it always does, from...
Yeah, it took you a long time.
From the O2. Yeah, took us ages. But it's fine. We got back probably about 1. which is gross.
That's pretty gross, yeah.
But yeah, that was it. And then, yeah, today I've done nothing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Got my nails done today. They're shit.
Yeah, you do hate them.
I fucking hate them. I can't stand them. Don't know if you can see them, but you probably don't want to anyway. I don't like them. They're shit.
What are you
They're
going to do
shocking.
about it?
Probably nothing. So,
are they your grease nails?
yep.
We don't go for 2 weeks. They're going to be grown out by the time we go to Greece.
Think I have the money to do them again?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's your birthday this week.
It is my birthday this week, and so far I'm not in a birthday mood, so...
It's literally your birthday on Thursday.
Don't know.
You turn 21. That's like a big deal.
Yeah.
Are you not excited? Excited for the weekend?
I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for Saturday because I'm going to have people around, obviously, but...
I'm so excited for Saturday.
I think I've had such a good weekend with my sister, and I've just come back, and I'm just so, like... just feel a bit shit.
It's all right, mate.
It is. It's got to be all right. Everything's all right.
It's a bank holiday. At least we've got a bank holiday.
It's all right. By Saturday, I'll forget about it, so...
We've got a 4-day week. You've got a 3.5.
We've scammed the 4-day week at the moment at work. Okay, let me just tell you. So, we had the first bank holiday was Easter bank holiday. So, obviously, it's Friday to Monday. So, we had one 4-day week. Then we had the Monday to Friday off. No, Friday to Monday off. So, we had another 4-day week. Then we had a full week. And then this week, it's bank holiday Monday right now. So, we're going to have another 4-day week.
4-day week.
And then next week, we got on holiday on Friday. So, it's only another 4-day week. And then, obviously, we're not at work because we're in Greece. But then, let me tell you, we come back on a bank holiday. So, it's another 4-day week.
We literally are not going to be doing a whole week at work until the end of May.
We've near enough had, 5? Well, by the time it gets to that, it would be like 6 4-day weeks or something.
Yeah, great.
Stupid.
Absolutely insane.
Brilliant.
We should all have 4-day weeks always, I think.
I agree.
Completely. I agree.
Yeah, but I have a 3.5-day week, so
yeah,
get fucked.
Do you have any plans for your birthday? Do you know?
Meant to be going out for dinner.
Do you know where?
Nope.
Oh.
Don't know.
Someone's decided to join us. Haven't you? Oh, hello. She was giving me the best cuddles last night because obviously the boys were out. So when I went to bed, it was just me and Daisy. And when I tell you...
Are you showing off to the camera?
When I tell you, she was curled up in my arms. Her head was in my hand. And we were just laying like this, cuddled up. She was like right in my neck. It was so cute, weren't you? Weren't you? Sweet girl.
Right, we've yapped.
Yeah, we should just get on to what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
We just love a yap.
Love a yap.
It's not
Love
our
a
fault.
lap.
And we haven't seen each other all weekend, so this is what happens when we don't see each other.
Yeah.
Because we have to fill
Yes.
each other in on everything that happened.
Hello, beautiful girl. Okay.
So
right.
what are we doing today? You introduce it.
Okay, we are doing Reddit horror stories. Yes, I know, we do Reddit a lot.
We love
Get used
Reddit.
to it, get used to it. This first one, I can't remember what any of them are really. What is your scariest true story? Fuck you.
Imagine if we pick the same ones. I really hope not.
In brackets, serious.
Oh.
Daisy, come on now. Come on now.
Come and sit with me, darling. Come on. Oh, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. Come here.
A terrifying but true story I experienced when I was 12. I moved to my dad's when I was 10 and I didn't expect anyone in the area except for the family my dad was friends with. Single mum with 3 kids. Luckily, there was a girl a couple years older than me, 12 at the time that I met her.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to know each other a little over a couple years. We weren't close but ended up having the same friends. One night, my friend Rob was hanging out with her and her younger brother. They happened to be in the house alone because my friend's mum was at work, which is where things get terrifying and sad. Oh, I do remember this one now. Her mother has been helping this lady through her work and got to know her fairly well. She found out her sister was in a mental institution and was let out recently. Jesus Christ, guys, bear with me. The night Rob is hanging out with my friend, they get a knock on the door. My friend thought it was just their mum. In brackets, she knocks a certain way when coming in. Closed bracket. And answered it without thinking. Rob wasn't supposed to be there and he took off through the window and his house down the road. He never thought twice about it. It turns out it wasn't her mum, it was the sister of the lady her mum was helping, and she figured through talking to her sister where her family lived.
So the woman in the mental institution.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it was the sister of the lady that her mum was helping, and she figured through talking to her sister where her family lived in her mum's working schedule. And her mum's working schedule. Oh my god, I literally can't talk. I hope you're keeping up because I'm not. She came in, and this is where I don't know the details, and I'm glad I don't. My friend's younger brother got away to the neighbours to call the police. The lady brutally murdered my friend a week from Christmas, decapitated her, and left her body naked in a bathtub, hid her head, and they had to look through all the presents. And I don't know where they found it, but they did, and I wasn't allowed to go to her funeral.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, that
I
I
took
don't
a
know.
fucking twist. That did.
Yeah, I don't know if you managed to keep up there,
So
but
her mate got brutally murdered by their mum's mental sister.
yeah, I don't know if it's uh
Decapitated?
yeah.
With what?
So her friend's mum was helping this lady through her work, but I think it was who she was helping. It was her sister
Right.
who found out
That's so
where they lived
crazy.
and found out her work schedule.
And murdered her child
Yep,
for no reason.
no reason, and decapitated her, chopped her up into little bits, and hid her head in a present.
A week before Christmas.
A week before Christmas.
Fuck me.
Merry Christmas, your child's dead and chopped up.
And her head's wrapped under a tree, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, crazy. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually left me speechless.
Yeah, I know. Like I was reading some of these. Some of these stories are so long I read it, right? So trying to find ones that were small and kind of interesting was a little bit of a mission. But yeah, I read this and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like, can you imagine your friend got out the window, ran to his house, called the police,
Come back, she's
comes back,
no head, in the
and
bathtub naked.
they're not there. Or well, you wouldn't be there. You'd be the one who's dead, chopped up
Yikes.
in a bathtub. Yeah, crazy.
That's so crazy.
And imagine being the mother. Can you imagine being the mother, knowing as well, like finding out it was through someone you were helping.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying to do a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then somehow her sister found out about you and decided to go murder your daughter.
That's
She
just
was
so crazy.
12.
Like, you just think, oh yeah, it's okay. My kid's at home. She's safe.
Is she fuck?
Not safe.
No, not safe at all.
Oh my god. No, that's left me lost for words. I don't know what to say. Sorry, Daisy. I've just stolen your pillow. I don't know if my stories are like that, actually, but here we are. Reddit, what's your most disturbing, scary, creepy story or whatever? My house sits further back in the lot than most of the houses. It's a strange layout as well. The sidewalk the sidewalk runs the length of the living room and ends at the front porch, which lets straight into the living room. It has large windows that allow great light, but at the costs of absolutely no privacy. The rest of my family was on vacation and I had the house to myself. I decided that I would get smashed. Well, I passed out on the couch in the living room at about 9, and then I realised that I was too scared to walk back to my room. The couch is right underneath these big windows. I woke up suddenly, not knowing why, and I had a severe case of the chills and also could not figure out why. Then the banging started. It came from right above me. I did not move, but I opened my eyes and looked up at the window. Someone was standing there pounding on the glass. No, thank you.
Oh my god.
Without moving, I looked at the cable box. It was around 3 a.m. The worst time of the whole day.
Yeah.
The banging continued and then stopped suddenly. I did not move. And then it commenced again, but coming from 2 different directions now. There was someone on the window and another person at the front door. They kept doing it and would not go away. Finally, after about 40 minutes, it went quiet.
Surely a neighbour would have heard that as well.
40 minutes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was the most terrifying event that I can recall at the moment. It made me a nervous wreck after that. I called a friend the next day to see if he would come over and stay for the rest of the week, and his response was, "What the fuck for? So we can both get murdered in our sleep." Thanks a lot. No, thank you.
If I said that to you, that would literally be the same reaction. You would have been like,
what the fuck do you mean? Like, first of all, big windows really scare me.
yeah, and your mum wants to get some.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always think they need some sort of cover. They need
Was there no curtains or anything?
Well, if he said, I mean, they might have been, but he fell asleep drunk at 9 o'clock, so
True.
clearly not. But they need blinds, and when it gets dark, you put them over so you can't see, or curtains, because fuck that. But what do you mean if I got woken up by someone banging on the window right in front of me?
Also, they must know for a fact you were pretending to be asleep.
Oh,
because if they can see you on the sofa,
yeah.
like, one, surely they would have saw you look at them.
I mean, I guess it depends how the window is. Like, if it's, I don't think it really says, but it says that it's right underneath these windows. So if there's like a big window and then there's a sofa like here, and it's dark in the room, you might not be seen.
Yeah, fuck that.
Nah.
No, thank you.
And you just laid there for 40 minutes.
I wouldn't be asking you to come round. I'd be asking to come here.
Yeah, I'd be leaving my house. I wouldn't be staying there again.
No, absolutely fucking not. Never again.
No.
What do you mean maybe it was the parents? What do you mean my parents had left at the first night?
Yeah, nah.
People are causing havoc.
That is horrendous.
Yeah, no. No.
I promise you I'd never live on my own ever again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, that's not happening.
Or that's why I live in a flat.
I'm having 4 deadbolts on my door. My windows are like reflective ones where you can't see in.
Tinted windows.
And if you touch the outside of my house, an alarm goes off.
You have so many animals setting off your alarm.
There's cameras, there's everything. Like, no way.
Yeah, but imagine that happened then. You look back on the cameras and there was just nothing there.
Oh, why would you make it worse? You just made that way worse. No. I think I was dreaming. Must have been a dream.
Well, talking about ghosts. I have a nice little ghost story for you.
Oh, I like a ghost story.
What is the single most bone-chilling ghost story you've heard? I have an army story that was puzzling at the time. Now it's just a cool party story of something to scare my nephew and nieces. My company was having the last parade at about 8ish. I was going to be on leave the day after, so the initial roll call / check strength. I headed up to my bunk on the last floor and packed up. I left with permission, and I was told that I'd be the only one up, so the strength of the comp was 87 out of 88. There was a nice bathroom in the corner of the sergeant's corridor, which only the sergeants used, so there was no reason for any other sergeant or trooper to be in the toilet. I took my stuff and headed in, only to realise the shower besides mine was running. Didn't think too much of it at first, but after a solid few minutes I asked out of curiosity who was the one showering. No one answered. I asked again about 2 or 3 times, still no answer. So I said, dude, just tell me who you are so I can say you were with me and no one gets in unnecessary trouble. Asked again, right, legit, who is this? To which the person replied, my name. I was so freaked out and I asked again, don't be a funny clown, who are you? To which I got the same response of my name. This time it was in a cheeky tone. After prompting a few more times, I just let it go and said, if you get in trouble, I ain't gonna help you. I tried already. The person got out and soon after that I started drying myself. As soon as I heard his door open, I rushed out to see who it is, only to find no one was around. I did the dumbest thing I could do, and that was to open the cubicle where the person was showering in, only to find out that the whole place was dry, all cubicles and the sinks, no one was in there. I doubted myself for a bit and thought I was being a bit delulu, but I remember being fully conscious and looking at the water trickle down from his door when I was showering, and I could see the water from his cubicle flow into the cubicle drain. It really freaked me out. I went back to my bunk, changed, and took another walk around my level. By the time I was done, I went back to chill on my bunk to the other sergeants coming back. I told them what happened and they said that everyone was below and that Eva said the strength of the comp before dismissing them, and it was just the -1, which was me. A Buddhist friend of mine did a small prayer for me and asked me to wash my hands and feet again before I left the camp. Dope story, 10 out of 10 would do it again. I'm sorry, say I'm in the gym, because let's be real, I'm not in the army. So say I'm not in the gym either, but say I'm in the gym, right? And I'm showering, and I think someone else is in there, and it turns out they're not in there, and it's completely dry, but I heard and saw the water. Fuck that. I absolutely not.
Oh.
And you hear the door open.
Yeah, nah. Absolutely
No.
not. I mean, I also would have gone and opened that door, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I would have.
But what do you mean it's dry?
And
Like,
what do
not
you
a
mean?
single.
They were
Why did they
saying your
reply
name.
your name?
Yeah,
Nah.
absolutely not.
Nah.
I hate stuff like this. Like, I don't do well with paranormal.
I don't do horror,
Paranoia?
which is interesting as why we paranormal.
Paranormal. I don't do well with that stuff.
No, it freaks me out. It really freaks me
Yeah,
out.
I don't know. There's something about ghost stuff that actually gets to me.
I don't know why ghosts always have to be so scary.
I don't know. There was a couple of stories where I was reading about ghosts, and there was one I was just like, but it was fine though because it's just 2 extra bodies that we don't have to feed living in our house. I was like, yeah, I would not be okay with that.
No,
either,
I would
actually.
also not be okay with that. The fuck?
Any sort of ghost thing, yeah, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah,
Not
no.
happy. Not
No
happening. Not
chance.
happy. Not fucking with it. No, thank
Not
you.
fucking with it at all.
Not fucking
No.
with it.
Okay, this is a long one, so buckle in.
Buckling. If you can get through it.
If I can get through it, so just bear with. Okay, what is your scariest true story serious? So it's from the same thing that you were on, right?
Yeah.
True story time. I was about 4 or 5 years old and my parents had just separated. My mum was living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I had my own room but preferred to sleep in her bed whenever I was staying with her. Our 2 bedrooms were at the end of a hallway, directly across from each other. Our apartment was on the first floor, and I remember that it was the middle of the summer and my mum had a window open in her room, which was directly behind the bed above the headboard. Anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night and remember sitting up and seeing that our cat was sat in the doorframe of my mum's room. Her door was open and you could partially see into my bedroom. This was strange because our cat was typically always in bed with us. As I was watching him, he walked into my bedroom and meowed. I turned to face my mum and wake her up, and in that 3 or 4 seconds it took her to wake up and ask what was wrong, we both looked back up in the doorframe and there was a man standing by my open door, making his way out of my bedroom.
Ooh.
Nah.
No, thank you.
I still don't know how she managed to do it so quickly, but my mother proceeded to pick me up and literally throw me out of the screen window. Again, we were on the first floor, so it was maybe a 3 foot to the ground. I'm assuming it's American, so first floor is like bottom floor.
Bottom floor, yeah.
Yeah. She quickly followed and we were able to start screaming for help and someone called 911. The police came but didn't see any signs of forced entry, only that our front door was unlocked, which led them to believe that the man must have exited that way. The strange thing was that my mum swore up and down that she had locked the door that night with the deadbolt and the chain lock. About a week later, she was cleaning the kitchen and opened up our water heater closet and found a notebook with names and drawings, as well as a pair of gloves and some gum wrappers. The police were called again, but all they could do was speculate that the man had been in our house and hid until we sleep.
It's fucking weird.
It's so weird. Like, that's genuinely one of my biggest fears. And there's so many stories about this happening, that someone's just living in their house
it's a
and
very
they don't know about
American
it.
thing.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
is, yeah.
Especially when it comes to the attic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you're noticing stuff isn't missing, or like it would take a while for like you to notice maybe a damp towel and like little things like that. But how are they not leaving a trace?
They just.
What do you mean that
really
guy was in that cupboard, left stuff for you, and then proceeded to go to your daughter's room when she wasn't in there?
I just don't understand how. What does he do during the day when you're just bustling around the house? He's just sat in that cupboard.
Probably, yeah.
Nah.
No, because what if you open that cupboard and there's just a man in there?
That's exactly that. What if you just randomly were to open that cupboard one day for some reason? Boiler's on the blink. Let's look in the water heater cupboard. There's just a man.
They must go out. They must do something during the day.
I guess so, but
they must. But
fuck that.
And also, can you imagine if they're using your shower and you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear a shower running?
Ugh.
And then you find out a guy walks out.
It's just why is he going into that bedroom as well?
Yeah, your daughter's bedroom.
That's not necessary.
No.
What are you doing, sleeping in her bed?
He probably spies on her.
Oh.
Little weirdo.
Oh, it is very American. You don't really
is.
hear about it happening in the UK.
But
yeah, no.
Yeah,
the thought of it freaks me out.
Yeah, I did see a lot of stories where it does come to like people living in your house, and I just don't understand how you don't notice that.
I don't know. I guess people get so wrapped up in their own lives and like, especially, I feel like you probably wouldn't notice in this house.
There would be nowhere for them to go in this house.
Well, we do have a pretty big loft.
Yeah, but could you really think someone's going to be able to go through that back door, completely miss everyone who's downstairs.
Well, and I just
And
meant
then-
more like if you're noticing things going missing, you wouldn't,
Yeah.
or something's
in
moved.
your house, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't miss food.
Yeah.
You wouldn't notice if a towel was damp or if the shower was wet. You wouldn't notice that
Yeah, that's
because
true.
there's so many people in the house
Mm.
that you actually just would never know.
Yeah, that's true.
But in terms of them actually moving around the house, they've got no chance because there's usually someone awake. There's like maybe a couple of hours at night that you have, but that's it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, fuck that.
Absolutely fuck that.
Fuck that. I hate stories like that as well. That's another thing that gets me.
And it's always men.
I know.
It's always men. It's never, oh yeah, there's a woman in the doorway.
So this is what is the scariest short story you've ever heard, sorry. I heard one. A father is laying in bed after just waking up. He grabs a baby monitor and walks to his desk in his office at home. He has his baby on the baby monitor and hears his wife singing to her. He cracks a smile while he hears his wife go to sleep, go to sleep. When suddenly the front door opens and his wife comes in with the groceries.
Oh.
No,
thank you.
There's one thing about
baby
like,
monitors.
Well, yeah, baby monitors. That's kind of scary. I understand you have to have one, but there's one thing to do with ghosts, and there's another thing to do with ghosts and my child. Not that I have a child, but like, what do you mean you're pissing about my baby just to get on my last
There's so
nerve?
many stories about baby monitors as well, though.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm pretty sure it's where they like have the nighttime vision thing and like it picks up so much stuff.
They're horrible.
Like, and it picks up slight movement, obviously, because it's a baby monitor, but...
I think they're going to freak me out.
Yeah.
I really think they are.
Yeah. I reckon I'd just rather co-sleep with my baby, to be honest. Or at least have them in the same room as me.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I think these like made up ones where it's like, oh, what's a two-sentence horror story? Like, give me a really short one that you can think of. And this one, I read it and I was like, what the fuck? And then I didn't screenshot it. And then it was like in my head and I was like, no, I'm going to have to screenshot it because I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay, yeah.
So it was after working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to put them there. Did you put that on there as well?
I did put it
It's
on there.
horrible.
Yeah, Yeah, what do you mean? Like, I can't fathom that. What do you mean you're walking into your house and they're both dead and someone's propped them up like that?
Yeah.
Someone's like taxidermied them into that position. Obviously not taxidermy, but like, what? Why are you doing? There's one
also,
thing to murder people and then to position them.
If they were buried already.
Wait, were they already dead?
Well, I don't know, but the way that I read it is someone broke into my apartment to put them there. Like, to place them there.
Yeah.
So if they were like, if he knew that he had a girlfriend who died and he had a stillborn baby, and then all of a sudden he's come in and their bodies are in his apartment.
I didn't think of that.
Nah.
I did not think about that. Ugh,
yeah.
That's so narcissistic. Is that the right word?
No. No. No, it's just horrendous.
What's the dead body one?
Necrophilia.
Yeah, it gives that.
It gives necrophilia.
It gives necrophilia.
It does, to be fair.
Because why are you digging up dead bodies and placing them about? I know you're not fucking them, but at that point you may as well.
Oh,
Fucking weirdo.
I read it and I like scrolled past it and I was like, no, that actually is
What do you do in that situation? Like, what do you do when you walk in and see that? Like, what would you actually? I think I'd pass out.
I'd be sick.
I'd probably pass out.
I'd 100% be sick and I'd 100% do it while on the phone to the police.
Sorry, can you tell me? Can you tell me what's wrong with it?
Smell? Like, they wouldn't smell nice if they were already dead as well.
No, I think actually.
Like, hang on, can I just put a scenario in? Right?
Yeah.
You've just finished work. You come home. You unlock the door. You open the door. Stench hits you. You're like, oh, what the fuck is that? You walk into your living room. You see dead girlfriend cradling dead baby. No. No.
Well, the only reason why I'm thinking about it though, if it was a stillborn child, would they not have decomposed by now?
They could have died last week.
True.
You
Got them out the
never know.
morgue.
Could have. Could have.
Yeah, fuck that.
I need elaboration on that.
Yeah, I know it was only a short story, but please give us some story.
That's just, it freaked me out.
There was another one that I was reading. I thought it was this one, but it wasn't. And they were saying, one of them was like, he lifted up the floor to find a dead person, but apparently it smelled really sweet. I was like,
that's weird.
There's no dead people that smell sweet.
No.
Don't lie.
You liar.
Anyway.
Unless you've got issues.
Well, yeah. A lot of people have issues on this app, so. Okay, what is the scariest short story you've ever read? It's actually quite medium length, so well. This is my last one though, as you stole my last one.
Sorry.
When I was a child, my family moved into a big old 2-floor house with big empty rooms and creaking floorboards. Both my parents worked, so I was often alone when I came home from school. One early evening when I came home from the house, it was still dark. I called out Mum and I heard her singing in her sing-song voice saying, "Yes," from upstairs. I called her again as I climbed the stairs to see which room she was in, and again got the same "yes" reply. We were decorating at the time, and I didn't know my way around the maze of rooms. She was in one of the far ones right down the hall. I felt uneasy, but I figured it was only natural, so I rushed forward to see my mum, knowing her presence would calm my fears, and as a mother presence does. Just as I reached out for the handle of the door to let myself into the room, I heard the front door downstairs open and my mother call, "Sweetie, are you home?" in a cheery voice. I jumped back startled and ran down the stairs to her, but as I glanced back to the top of the stairs, the door to the room slowly opened and cracked. For a brief moment, I saw something strange in there, and I don't know what it was, but it was staring at me. I can't imagine being in a situation when someone's talking back to you and then that person walks in. I cannot.
The idea of that is absolutely terrifying.
It is so terrifying. So terrifying.
Where
especially as a kid.
Yeah, like, "Hey, Mum, you home?" "Oh, yeah, I'm just upstairs." Like,
or, "Yes.
Yes, hi. And then you go up and you're like, this feels a bit weird.
"Sweetie, I'm home." The fuck do you mean?
Like, who the fuck is in there then?
Did you not tell your mum there's a random person upstairs? Like...
Parents don't usually fucking believe you though. They're like, "Nah, what are you talking about?"
That's true.
We talking about?
We talking about?
We talking about? Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I some of the stories on there just were crazy, and I was really, really, really getting into one, and it was literally a whole book. And I got so far through it, and I read a lot by this point.
Really?
And I was like, I've read a lot, and I just kept going, and going. I was like, okay, yeah.
I have another short one. So, the last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, with her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright and relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw, my alarm clock read 12:06 and I heard my closet door creak open. No!
Don't be getting in my dreams.
No!
Don't be coming into my house and into my brain.
What do you mean? I've woken up. Fuck me. 12:07. What a disgusting time. You look at the clock. It's 12:06. No. No.
Nah, because
no.
Sometimes dreams do line up so weirdly with things, and it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they do.
Like, there's been a couple times that I've woke up and I've been a bit startled. I'm like, okay, that's weird.
That's like the one I had recently that really freaked me out with Daisy.
What one?
I'm pretty sure I told you about it, where I was literally in my dream, I was on a log flume.
Oh, you did tell me about this one, yeah.
And I wake up when I hear Daisy knock over a glass of water, obviously, and throw it all over my bed. But I woke up before the water had hit me.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Like, and in my dream, I was at the bit where you hit the bottom and you get splashed with water. So I woke up because of, like, you wake up when there's like an impact.
Yeah.
So I woke up as you hit it and I wasn't wet in my dream. And then I woke up and then I wasn't wet yet because my cat had just knocked it over. It was like the exact same time. And I was like,
It's
What
so
the
weird,
hell?
isn't it? So weird. Oh, yeah.
So weird. I was like, what the heck?
Waking up, seeing that it's a minute before the time that you thought it was to your wardrobe creaking. No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
And your dream was about someone putting their nails into
It literally
you.
gives me the shivers.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Like, genuine. Oh, yeah.
Proper
I was
grim.
reading loads of them and they were like freaking me out.
Yeah, fair.
I was like, I'm glad it's daytime right now.
Yeah, fair.
So
I don't blame you.
Freaked out.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
They're just scary. I was dumbfounded by some of them. I was reading them, I was like, what the fuck? But they were just too long to have on here. Yeah, Reddit is a crazy place.
Reddit is a crazy place, but I do love it.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
It's good
quite
for the
fun.
pod, 100%. What are we doing today with questions?
What did I say?
They're like hypothetical ones.
Yeah, like hypothetical questions
Yeah.
like, if this were to happen, what would you do in that situation?
Okay. Yeah. These are really stupid, so I'm going
Yeah.
to start off with my stupidest one. Because it's not really a hypothetical, it's just genuinely a kind of a question.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I think it is. I'd say it is.
But if you were to go, I'm going to have a sandwich, you would not eat a hot dog.
You wouldn't.
But technically,
a hot dog is a sandwich.
It's a piece of meat in two bread.
In two bread.
In between two bread.
Bread. Two bread.
Yeah, two bits of bread.
That really got to me. Two bread.
In two bread.
In two slices of bread. Yeah, I'd say it is, because also the funny thing about a hot dog and living in the UK is that everything gets turned into a butty, and you can have a sausage butty, and that is just a hot dog. Like, realistically,
yeah. I read it and I was like, is a hot dog a sandwich? That's a really good question.
Yeah,
because I don't know if I would class it as a sandwich, but then again, I don't have a category for it.
I also feel like a burger is basically a sandwich.
Yeah, a burger is a sandwich. Now
Yeah.
you think about it, like
Yeah.
it's literally bread, meat fillings,
It's just a roll.
and bread.
Yeah, it's just a roll
Yeah,
with
which
a burger.
is still a sandwich.
The only part that makes a burger is the actual burger.
Yeah. So I was just feeling, I was like, wow. So basically, when we have a barbecue, we're just having lunch
Yeah.
because it's just salad and sandwiches
Salad and sandwiches.
and some potato salad.
Yeah.
It's basically literally potatoes
It's just
and a sandwich.
It's just meat and veg. That's all it is.
So random. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've never thought about the fact that a hot dog and a burger are basically just sandwiches in my life.
No, I haven't, to be fair. But yeah, no, they definitely are.
They definitely are.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just one of my random ones.
If you had the chance to know the answer to everything, what would you want to know?
Ooh. I don't know. I'd want to know like stuff about like the Secret Service
Oh, that could be cool.
or like
I'd want
the
to
mafia.
know. I'd want to know what actually happens in Area 59.
51
51.
in Area 51.
I would actually like to know what happened in Area 51.
Yeah.
So confident with the 59. I want to know what happens, and I don't even know how to name it.
Yeah,
so.
no. So do I, because I feel like, is it all just like a big, like,
Well, I'm pretty sure
over sensationalized thing?
It's just, I'm pretty sure it is just like a Secret Service base type thing.
Everyone thinks
Or
it's
like
aliens.
it's something similar to that anyway. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't searched it. But yeah, everyone thinks it's like
aliens and extraterrestrial
like
and
space.
yeah.
Place, but
Because wasn't there like a whole thing about raiding Area 51?
Yeah, it happened multiple times.
Yeah.
And they never got anywhere with it.
No. No, they
But-
did not. Because
Yeah.
you won't. Because it's literally a government facility.
Yeah, and also
It doesn't matter.
if you're gonna do it, at least don't make it a public thing.
Yeah.
Because they will be prepared.
yeah, they've seen this. They know exactly what date it's happening. You think there's going to be anything there.
Yeah,
Even if you
just
did get
open the
in.
gates to you.
Even if you could get in, you think they're going to leave anything there that you can't know about. Let's be so real. You've made it too public.
Yeah.
Also, they literally have access to your entire phone.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that is planning anything like that, they already know.
Yeah, and they will know everything about you.
Yeah. And they know who you are and they know when you're coming and yeah, you're fucked.
Good luck, mate.
But yeah, no, I would like to know some like fun little secrets like that.
Yeah, I think that would be
I feel like
fun.
there's so many things that we wouldn't even think about wanting to know about because we don't know about it.
Well, that is also what I was thinking when I put this question down. I was like, some things you just don't need the answer for.
True. And we all know that you would want the answer to the pyramids,
Mm.
which is
I also
a
read that
huge
question
thing.
wrong when I asked you
Why?
because it says, "Would you want to
Would I want to?
know everything if you could?" And that would be my answer. Would be no, because some
No.
things you just don't want to know.
Yeah.
As much as I love space, I wouldn't want. I don't think I'd actually want to know like what
to
an
know
alien looks like.
everything.
Yeah,
Like
to
I
know
think
absolutely like you would know. You would know 100% of the ocean. You would know 100% of
No.
space.
I don't want to know anything.
As far as you can with space, I guess.
I don't
You
want
would
to know
know
that.
absolutely everything.
I feel like my brain would explode as well.
Yeah, it would. Or it would be one of them things where you just like think of questions, but suddenly you know the answer.
Yeah. You just see it in your
And
brain.
like you have nothing to back your answer up with.
No, you just know.
Because you just know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would.
No, I don't think I would.
I do not. Because I think that just sounds like a lot of work, to be honest. And also, just too much information. I quite like being in the dark about some things.
Mm-hmm. Like you would know everything about the dark web, even.
Oh.
And everything that goes on
yeah,
there.
I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is you find a book and begin to read only to discover that it is your life. You get to the point that you're at now. Do you turn the page knowing that you're not going to be able to change the events that come in the book? Do you continue reading? Or do you just not?
See, I'm a bit slow, so I probably wouldn't realise the book's about me until I get to the end of the book.
Like, if you read the book, you know every single thing that's going to happen and you can't change it.
I reckon if I knew it was about me... See, I say this, I don't actually know what I would do.
No, I don't.
But I would like to think that I would read it as events happened.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, just see if it was actually, like, my life planned out in a book. Like, that's how I'd like to see it. Or maybe I think curiosity would also just get to the best of
I feel
me.
like I'd end up reading the last page.
Like how you die.
And I don't, like, I know that I would be that person to be like, what if I just read, like, the last sentence?
Yeah. The end.
Like, you know, when you, like, just flip to the back of the book and you just, like, read that last little paragraph.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, now you get to read what leads up to that.
I mean, no, because I don't read.
But I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd freak out because who the fuck's written that?
Yeah, facts.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, facts.
Also, if I do carry on reading it, how do you know I can't change that?
Oh, yeah. Because you know about it.
But then if it's like a...
What if it's like a Final Fantasy thing?
Do
you know what that is?
No.
Final Fantasy, basically, if you avoid death, you will die anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
But it's really not like that, but that is, like, very summarised. Like, for example, this, I think... I can't remember what happened, but this girl saw a roller coaster crash.
Mm-hmm.
And she stopped everyone from going on it because she saw it and she pictured it. And so she stopped everyone from dying. But everyone died shortly after in the order that they were meant to die in.
Yeah.
Through, like, different things.
Because, like, when your time comes, it comes. That's it. You can't
like,
avoid it.
if you're dying, you're dying. Don't try it.
Oh.
Oh.
Good afternoon.
Was that a nice nap, Daisy? Why are you twerking?
She almost fell off the table. Oh my god, I need to show you this video. I got a video of Daisy falling off the side. I didn't mean to. She was being really silly and, like, shoving everything off the side. And as she was doing that, she fell off the side.
That's karma, Daisy. That's karma.
Because it's so funny. Me and Reese were literally sat there crying about it. It was so funny. You just continually watch her on loop fall off the side.
I want to see this now.
So I will show you. Yeah, I don't know what I would do about the book, though.
Yeah, no, knowing me, I'd probably just read it.
Yeah, I would probably just read it, and then I'd regret reading it, probably. Yeah. Because you'd read about, like, the worst things. You'd read about, like, my parents dying.
Or...
I'd read about how everyone dies.
But maybe it doesn't go into that depth. Maybe it just says, your mum dies. and that's it.
Maybe, but
And
I don't want to find out.
Also, what if you read it and it turns out you're going to have the best life ever?
That's true. You know you're going to achieve your wildest dreams. Yeah.
Be crazy.
But also you could read it and find out you're not.
Or I read it and apparently I'm now just like a sex worker.
Oh. I don't know what got you there, but it can't be good. You'd be rich though, probably. In this economy. Anyway, moving on.
If everyone in the world was immediately replaced by identical copies of you right now, what would the world look like? What could you make work and what could you not? Now, in 10 minutes, in a year, maybe you'd still be alive and thriving in 5 years. What would happen?
Wait, read the start of that again? Because I feel like I misheard.
If everyone in the world was immediately replaced by identical copies of you now. No, of you. Now. So I turn into you. Everyone in this house turned into you. Every single person in this world was you. What would the world look like? A mess.
A mess? I'm so lazy.
Like, you also got to think about how would you survive in poverty? But how would you survive in the richest, like in Dubai?
Oh, mate, I don't know.
How would you survive?
I wouldn't survive in poverty.
How would you survive in Antarctica?
I wouldn't. So any versions of me that are over there, there's no one there now.
Sorry, but you're not.
You're not. I don't adapt.
How... And then it also goes into a bit more detail of like when I was putting the question down, but it was like, how would you run a power supply?
I wouldn't.
How would you know
I don't know how to do that.
Keep all the stores open.
I don't know how. I could probably do that.
Do you know how to run a restaurant fully? Do you know how to...
A restaurant I'm feeding myself at. There's only have to be one menu.
But it wouldn't work like that, realistically. Because it's still, well, yeah, I guess food-wise, yeah, but like you'd still have to run everything. Like, you need to start a bakery.
No, 100%, that's fine, but I know what all of their orders are going to be, so it's going to be easy.
You need to start doing nail salons. You need to become a dentist. You need to be a doctor. You need to be a surgeon.
Nah.
You need to be...
The world would stop turning. But then is it a case of they all just look like me, but they all still have their own brains?
No, they're all you.
They are all me.
They are identical copies of you. What would the world look like? What would it look like?
Insane.
What would it look like in 10 minutes, do you think? Like in 10 the first 10 minutes of it happening, I feel like just be question marks above everyone's head. Like
I actually don't know, because the world would still run.
Yeah.
And to a point where I couldn't run it anymore.
Well, it would only run to what you know how to do.
Yeah, exactly. And no one could teach me.
Nope.
So I'd have to just learn new things, which luckily I'm actually pretty good at.
That is true.
I'd just go and have to sit in a library and I'd have to read all the manuals. Can
you imagine everyone just turns into you and like you're on an oil rig? Oh. How are you getting power? Because you ain't oil rigging shit.
No,
mate.
I'm not doing anything.
I mean, I would say how you're stopping crime, but it's not.
It's not going to be any bad crimes.
No, and the crimes that you do don't matter because there's no fucking police anyway.
I am the police.
Yeah,
and you think I'm convicted
police.
Them now? That's long.
But also, you've got to think you're still going to have world leaders that are you for each country.
Can you imagine if I ran the world?
You run the world, girls. It would be a good thing that only you were on the world.
It would be I think it'd be pretty cool, to be fair.
I thought it was just a pretty cool question. Like, even think about it. Like, if everyone turned into me.
I don't actually know. I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Like, there's only so much you could drive a car. And like anyone...
Oh my god, can you imagine the F1?
Exactly. Or like,
it's just me.
Whoever's in a plane at that moment in time, they're all dead.
Because I can't fly
a plane. It's a bit crazy for me.
Yeah, that is so
it's like,
true.
It's the end of the world to a certain point because it's what your brain knows.
It would just be to my knowledge. But like whatever my level of knowledge is.
Like, you only have a certain amount of electricity before the power supply goes.
I'd have to learn.
You would. It'd be very... It's just a weird thing to think about, isn't it?
What the hell?
How are you making food? How are you keeping up with food supply unless it's just a basic little
food?
Farm? You would have to learn to not be lazy.
To learn.
Suddenly your boyfriend's you. Suddenly your mum is you.
Oh, Pete.
Suddenly I am you.
Oh no, I'd get so annoyed at myself.
All these pictured would just be you.
Like, I'd just be sat with myself.
Yeah.
We'd be good friends, I think.
Oh, I'm glad we're not now.
No. But can you imagine? I would make friends with myself after I get over the freaking out. Because if you just turn into I'd be sick.
Although at least you have loads of trial runs. You can make yourself, but not actually you, figure out how to fly a plane for you.
If they can learn, like all of them people can learn.
Yeah, all of me can learn, but me.
This one is a little bit messed up. You have a baby and you have a microwave.
Interesting start.
For every second that you turn the microwave on with the baby inside it, you get $1 million. How many seconds are you microwaving the baby for?
Surely 10 won't do any damage.
Well,
yeah, but surely as well, you can literally have a baby. Oh, I need £1 million. Put the baby in for 1 second, take it out. 1 second is literally going to do nothing. Maybe a little bit of brain damage. Take it out, go about your day. Oh no, it's a year. Let me just find another baby, put it in the microwave for a second.
I guess.
Oh, I've got another £1 million.
If it works like that, if it's like a one-time thing though.
Oh, probably a good 10 seconds. Sorry, love.
Well, the first comment here is, after 10 seconds, it's going to be dead. Let's get cooking and set it to 9999.
Christ!
And then it says...
How do you explain that murder as well?
And then the one under that says, you know how sometimes food bursts when you microwave them for too long? Just saying.
No, because it would 100% do that. Because blood does boil.
I'm not putting... If it's my baby, I'm not putting it in the microwave.
Mine's going in for at least a second. 1 second surely will do nothing.
Would you get in the microwave for 1 second?
Yeah, it's a second.
You would?
Yeah.
I would not get in that microwave.
It would have to be a big microwave, but I would go in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go in there for a second for £1 million.
Fair. That would scare me too much.
It's literally a second. Like, do you know how many seconds have gone past from us just talking?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Like, a second is nothing. It's literally on and off.
That's true.
By the time they've pressed on, they're pressing it off.
That's true. That is true.
And
maybe 1
second. That's £1 million. Whatever damage that could have caused to your baby, you could pay it off.
You could
pay the expense.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I just can't imagine putting a baby in a microwave.
I can't, but there's some weirdos out there who probably have.
Oh, definitely. Someone's definitely
They didn't
done
get
that.
£1 million for it.
No, they just did it for fun.
Yeah. Ugh. For fun is crazy. What video game, if you choose, if you had to live there for a year, and how would it make your life different?
What video game would I choose? Maybe like Minecraft.
You want to have creepers?
I could build a house. They don't really bother me that much. I could live in creative mode.
No, that's cheating.
Why is that cheating?
No, it has to at least be like survival.
Well, what about like Animal Crossing?
I'd happily live in Animal.
You can't die in Animal Crossing.
I'd happily live in Animal Crossing.
Sims?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
But then I don't want someone else controlling my life.
What if they already do?
Well, that is true. That is very true. Imagine, can I just speak that for a second? Can you imagine there's someone out there, like The Sims,
Like a little puppet,
and they have told us that it's time to come and sit and record a podcast?
If that's the case, can you give us like more watchers, please?
And it's like oh wow, you uploaded your first video. This gained you 2 subscribers.
What if Daisy's controlling you?
She's too stupid. Look at her. She's sat there with her foot out like this right now, just licking it.
I think I'd choose Slime Rancher.
That's a pretty good one. Oh my god.
Do you know what Slime Rancher is?
Yeah. Yeah.
what
What
do you mean I'm
about
just
we
walking
could play
around cooking?
Overcooked for a year?
We die too many times.
We don't die, we just fail the level.
True. That is true.
Like, you want to be in a game where you can't die.
At least you'd learn how to cook.
Exactly. I'd be really good at throwing onions across the room.
I reckon out of Overcooked and Plate Up, I'd actually rather Plate Up because we could create a new kitchen every single time.
We could have
We'd
like,
literally
millions of
become
restaurants.
interior designers.
I'd also really want an update to that game with new interior design options.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, there are a lot of games that I reckon I could do for a year, to be fair. As long as they're not a survival game or a zombie game. Like, I get to choose the game. I'm choosing something really easy.
Yeah, that's why I choose Slime Rancher, because what do you mean I'm just walking around kidnapping slimes and force force breeding them and to make different
Yeah.
slimes and just keeping them at my home.
You could play like a zoo tycoon. You just run your own little zoo for a year.
I've never heard of that, but I'll say.
You get to like build your own zoo.
It's
It's
cute.
cute. I like it. My final question of the day is: how many ducks would it take to kill a full-grown rhino?
A bloody lot of ducks. I don't think they ever
The
would.
ducks have normal duck intelligence, but they're really pissed off at the rhino and won't run away even if he kills them. Like, how many genuinely do you think it would take to kill a rhino?
I don't think they could.
Like, you can peck at the rhino.
But do you know how thick a rhino's skin is?
You'd get through eventually.
I don't think they would.
Like the underbelly, the bum hole, get in the mouth, slide down it.
Yeah, but they'd get chomped.
Maybe, but it depends how many there are.
I don't think they would. I love ducks, but they're not winning that.
Well, you could have millions of ducks. There's no way a rhino could defeat that many ducks. Like, you have unlimited amounts of ducks.
Yeah, but I don't think you understand. They do 0 damage, a duck.
Not necessarily.
I've been nipped by a duck and it did nothing.
Well,
than pinch
maybe like a
me.
mallard, but there are other ducks out there. I feel like if you get a certain amount of ducks, they could get that rhino.
That is not doing anything to a rhino.
I guess not, but that's one. I feel like if you had loads of them, like genuinely loads of them,
Maybe.
I feel like they have a little bit of a chance.
But a rhino's skin is literally armour.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally armour for them. Unless, like, they have a soft spot. I don't know, but that isn't their mouth or bum.
Yeah. They can start with the eyes, and then it can't see.
That's true. And I reckon the more they peck at the bum, the bigger the bum would get.
I feel like they could maybe get there eventually.
I'm pretty sure it's really hard for one of the big 5 to even kill a rhino.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, you might be right, actually.
Yeah. I think they're similar to hippos, aren't they, rhinos?
Yeah.
They're really thick armored
Yeah.
skin. If a zombie apocalypse started right now, what would you do and where would you go?
Kill myself and be in the ground, because I'm not being a zombie. I'm not. But genuinely, where would I go? I don't know.
First, like, you know how zombie apocalypse films start? Where, like, there's going to be some sort of motion, like a plane crashes or something like that. Things go up in flames. So it's not necessarily like your house is all zombies right now.
Barricade and stockpile.
Would you stay in this house, though? Because there's a lot of people around this area. Because personally, I'd try and get to I know it's hard to, but I'd try my best to get to the least populated area that I could. I
definitely wouldn't. I'm glad I'm not in a city, but this town is quite big.
Especially
There's a
where
lot of
you
people
live.
here. It's very populated. Yeah, I might try and at least get to one of the little smaller villages around here, maybe. But who's letting me in?
Well, you just probably kind of find a house that's already been zombified.
I guess maybe. I don't know.
reckon-
the idea of a zombie apocalypse is actually terrifying.
As much as I reckon my house would be okay, as soon as there is zombies at my door, I'm not okay.
No.
Because what am I doing? Going across the wires, across the town?
I also don't... Yeah, true.
Like, what?
That's
Hang on.
true.
What am I doing? And then
I don't have a
falling and
single
dying
weapon
anyway?
either.
No, I don't.
Like, it's not like we're in America.
I have a
We
knife.
don't have a gun.
I have a knife.
I'm not getting that close.
True.
I'm not getting that close if I can help it.
That's true.
I need to, like, make a bow and arrow or something.
I have a water gun.
That's not going to do much.
No, it's not.
I don't have a single weapon, like, at all.
Yeah, fair.
So there's absolutely nothing that I can do to defend myself. And also really weak, so I promise you I'm dying first. I don't run.
Yeah,
I have
but your
no
adrenaline
strength.
would force you to run.
Well, that's true. Until your body stops working.
Do you know what you could do? Run to the airsoft place. If it hasn't already been raided.
Definitely already raided.
Definitely, yeah.
I do have a car, which...
But you wouldn't get out with a car, because that's what everyone's going to be doing. And the number one thing I feel like to do with a zombie apocalypse is never get in a car. Because you're going to get stuck in that car, and then you're dead.
I don't know.
If you think about it, as well, where we live, a lot of people from other towns go through this town. you're not getting out. You're not getting out. As soon as, say someone's been bitten and they don't turn for another 10 minutes and then they turn in the car, they're not driving that car anymore. Like, you're not getting out in a car. You're just
I guess not.
Like,
no.
you're just not going to get out in a car. If planes are crashing, we're so close to an airport that they're probably going to crash on a road where we live. Like, you're just not getting out of a car.
True. But I could get to the shops faster. I could at least go and stockpile and get food.
It's true. I guess it just depends on how quick you notice it's happening as well.
Yeah, it's how fast you find out before other people.
And it also depends on how fast you leave. Like, because also another thing is, you have to just leave. You can't even think about it. Like, you can't pick up anything. You have to just leave. Because if you start thinking about it and start putting stuff in your car, then you're definitely dead.
Depends where it starts. Because if it doesn't start near here, then you've got a bit more of a chance. But if it started here, we're fucked.
Yeah. Like, if it started at my house, I'm sorry, there's no way I'm leaving my house without my teddy.
I don't know.
That's what would kill me.
I don't know what it would be that I would pick up. I don't really think I have anything that sentimental.
I just really, really hope like a zombie apocalypse started while I was in the air. Because while the main part of it is going on, I'm in the air. Hopefully no one on my plane turns.
I guess it depends how it starts. Like, what starts it?
And also, if it started in England, hopefully it stays in England. Because we're a tiny little island.
If it started in, like, anywhere that wasn't England, I think England would probably be okay. Because we're an island.
I don't know. I reckon zombies could make a human bridge from France.
Nah. Maybe the worst thing that would be like the tunnels, like the Eurotunnel. Because they could get through there.
The London Underground. The zombie apocalypse. They would thrive down there.
Just barricade them all down there.
Facts, trap them. Yeah.
Just lock them off down there and just don't ever go on the tube again. You don't need the tube. It sucks anyway.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. It stinks.
That it does, yeah.
Like, you could tell people used to use it as a World War II bunker because it just... I wasn't there, but I feel like it smells like World War II.
It does stink. I was in them yesterday. I was like, oh, they fucking reek.
Yeah, they're not great. They're so hot.
I don't know how people, like, work there.
They're boiling. No, I don't. You would think that you're at the Earth's core with how fucking hot it is as well.
Yeah.
Like, it could be -2 outside and it's still 10 degrees down there. And it'll feel about 50 because it's so cold outside.
Yeah, it's so hot in there always.
And then it gets to summer. You can't breathe as well.
No.
Anyway.
Complete tangent there.
Yeah, as we do, as always.
That's it for this one, really.
Yeah.
I think we had a good little chat. There's some fun little things in there, I think.
We did. I feel like we didn't have as many laughs because it was a little bit more serious, but...
It was a bit of a serious... Well, not really.
Not really serious.
Not really.
But as in, like, it wasn't very much of a laughing matter.
No, some of it wasn't. It was a bit more scary.
Yeah.
It's just kind of terrifying.
Just a bit creepy.
No, thank you.
No,
the
thank
creepy
you.
episode. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully you didn't watch this before you went to bed. Because I feel like some of these stories would stick in my brain.
True, but also if you watched it before you went to bed, hopefully our questions relieved your fear.
Yeah, that's true. Aside from the fact we ended on a zombie apocalypse, hope you don't dream about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually.
Enjoy that.
Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.
Absolutely. Go and look at the rest of our videos, which are in the playlist, which are also linked below. And go check out Spotify because I'm still uploading on there. Yeah, I promise they're still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go check us out on socials. We'll have TikToks out soon as well. Yeah. I'm sure.
And we go on holiday soon.
I was going to say, we go to Greece soon, which means that we will have content.
2 weeks today we'll be there. So...
Yes, we will definitely have content in Greece, which is super fun.
And maybe even with other people as well.
Yeah, potentially. Potentially a guest or 2 or 3 or 8.
And I'm pretty sure we mentioned this last episode. We might film one out there. Whether it gets out or not, I don't know. But we need to remember to pack a phone stand of some sort.
Yes, we do.
We do, yeah.
I'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will, I guess, see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.